Many of you got your exam reports this week. If you want to find out what exactly is going on, stay tuned. Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Raza Rutsani. I'm the Director of Undergrad Education, School of Dentistry, University of Manchester, and thanks a lot for joining me on another episode of Manchester Molars. So this week we sent out the exam reports of majority of our BDS and BSc students, and as a consequence, normally this happens, both Dr. Dixon and myself received lots of email asking for a couple of clarifications. Now, first of all, let me just explain that due to COVID lockdown and the open book nature of the exams, all exams of BDS years 1 to 4 as well as the BSc year 1 and 2 are graded as 0 weighting, which means the outcome of your exams have got no influence whatsoever on the overall outcome of your program. So as long as you have passed your exams, well done, that's it. So you can move on to your next year. Now, in the junior years of BDS, we are able to calculate your ranking, meaning the person who has performed better than everybody else will be ranked 1 and the second person 2 and so on. Having said that though, this ranking is fairly more accurate and true if the exam situation was normal. Now, one thing you have to remember is that during COVID, because the exams were 1, open book, and 2nd, not timed, i.e. some of your student colleagues could hop in and out of exams as many times they wanted, the ranking is purely for your information and just as a matter of self-reflection, nothing more than that. So please, if you haven't received the ranking you normally expect, don't worry about it. This is not a normal exam situation and we are not going to look at these ranking at all. Nobody's going to look at them, so don't worry about them. And finally, I'm sure lots of you guys are thinking, probably Dr. Rested doesn't know how to do math. Why I'm getting a raw result and then when it's converted into percentages, it just doesn't mathematically make any sense. Now, if you please go to your handbook of assessment, which you can find on Blackboard, and read the first couple of chapters. First of all, you understand what a standard setting is, and a standard setting is essentially setting a bar whereby you have to jump. Now, this bar is not necessarily 50%, if that makes sense. So we may increase or decrease the bar depending on the difficulty of the exam and also the situation that you have to sit the exam. For instance, during COVID, because you had the luxury of being able to get in and out of exams and also you had access to internet and it was open book, we had to set the bar and adjust it in order to reflect your exams. So if you receive 50% of your exam, doesn't mean that you have answered only 50% of the paper. It means based on where we set the bar, you are at the 50% level and so on. So read the first couple of chapters, you'll understand more. And if you want to know a lot more, I'm going to add the links to videos on a standard setting, which I developed a few years ago when I was younger and had even more hair. So by all means, go and watch them, you'll understand more. So a few weeks ago, I invited Professor Qualdro to tell us and invite you guys to participate in Pitfall's Endodontic Prize. Now, I'm going to give her a call and find out if we had a winner. Hi, Alison, how are you today?
I'm good, thank you. See you?
I'm very well, thank you very much. So, you want us to know a little bit about the Pitfall Prize. Would you like to tell us very quickly what this prize is and have got some news in terms of who the winner was this year?
Yes, well, I think you probably remember a few weeks ago, I reminded students, final year students, that a prize was available for it's a kind of a loose reward really for the students who proved to be the best in endodontics in every dental school. So it's a prestigious prize. Tom Pitford was a professor in endodontology at Guy's and he leaves a great legacy. So in previous years we've asked the students their 2 best cases. This year we had to rethink because students didn't have access to the best cases. So it was almost like an open book, unseen case. And we had entries, which was a record. And it was amazingly difficult to choose between the students because I think they're all at postgraduate level. I had to choose one winner, and the winner was Matthew Hughes. So I'm delighted for Matthew. It's great for his CV, and I'm looking forward to hearing about his future career, hopefully endodontics.
Oh, that's fantastic. Thank you very much, Alison. So now I'm delighted to invite Matthew on board now. Hi, Matthew.
Hi, Reza.
So welcome to Manchester Molars and very well done for winning this prestigious prize, well deserved. So have you got a few words for us?
I'm just really happy that my submission was picked. I've had a go at a few essays and tried to improve my academic writing. I think it's quite important, especially if you want to go on and do, further training. And it's a really good way of kind of understanding a bit more about the subject that you've, been tasked to learn about.
Excellent. Have you got any tips for those students who are next year putting themselves forward for this for this prize?
Well, I would say just have a go. There's so many different essay competitions. You've got the Pitfalls within the school, but also the Hearties Endodontic Prize, which is a national essay prize. But looking at other specialities, you've got the Keith Woods in community dentistry, the oral surgery sedation also has one. So, there's so many that you can just have a go at and just improve, really.
Well, very well done anyway. So thank you very much for coming, both of you, on Manchester Molar. Well done, Matthew. Okay, so good seeing you both. Look after yourselves. See you later.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Now, I've got 3 pieces of news for you, 2 of them great news and 1 unfortunately not so great. So let's start with the first good news. So you probably heard about the National Student Survey. This is a survey which is offered to any student in their final year in any program in a higher institution in the UK. So our BSc OHS NSS results came out yesterday, and I'm so proud and pleased to mention that we had 91% satisfaction. I'm so pleased and relieved to know that we managed to provide a good program to our BSc students, and they were happy with us. And a huge thank goes to all our staff who looked after our students and made this experience so positive for them. Now, the second good piece of news is that on Thursday, the 30th of July at 3 p.m, we are inviting all our final year BDS and final year BSc students on a virtual celebration, as well as obviously a number of your beloved staff. So I will be delighted to see you all guys over there and celebrate the success of both our BDS and BSc OHS students. I can't wait to see you all guys. And thirdly, the last piece of news, which unfortunately is not good news, is that our Bds Program Nss Result also came out yesterday. Unfortunately, and I have to say that with a heavy heart, with 56% satisfaction, we are placed at the bottom of the leaderboard among the UK dental schools. As the director of this program, I have to apologize to all our Year 5 students now that I understand that their experience with us was not as positive as I would have hoped for. What I can assure you is that we will definitely take your comments on board, and we will be looking after the Year 4 coming to Year 5 to ensure that none of the hurdles and obstacles you guys faced is going to be repeated in our future years. So a huge thank you to you guys for your very constructive feedback and criticism. We will definitely take those on board. Well, anyway, so we're coming to the end of this episode of Manchester Molars. So until next Thursday, I've been Reza Rutsari. You've been amazing. Bye-bye.